troubleshoot things on the offense. In what ways did you make sure that your voice was heard in that report period to just make sure that things were kind of pushing in the right direction?
Yeah, we had multiple meetings where we would, sit down and talk about things that's working for us, things that I like, things that I don't like, things I talked about before, like staying in the flow of whatever the case may be. If we're running the ball for 5 yards, 4.5 a pop, just keep handing the ball off. Obviously mix in, but stay in the flow of that and things like that. So, we just it was the meetings that we had, the sit down talks that we had. And I think those moments that we had, helped us progress, and we got to keep going.
Why do you sense those were so productive?
I think the people that we have in this building, one, whether it's the coaches, and their ability to understand and understand us as players and things like that, and then listen to us and adapt, and also us as players, stepping up, leading. We also had things that we need to get better at practice wise, execution, and things like that through walkthroughs and actually in practice. So there's a lot to get better at, and everybody so far has done a good job, and we got to keep getting better.
When you were at SC last year, what did you learn from Kliff Kingsbury in the year you were together? And then when you're at home this offseason and you see that the Bears are interviewing him, what's going through your head when you hear that?
Yeah, obviously I've been around Kliff, great guy, great coach. He's a if you go and ask all the guys over there at the Red or Commanders now, sorry. I've known them as the Redskins all my life, growing up there. But the Commanders, you go over and ask all the players, and they say they love him probably because he's a player's coach, and so knowing him, knowing how much he loves football, and things like that, it just brings joy to his players and things like that. So it was I've texted him back and forth every once in a while, like great game, this and that, and he's done the same. So it's been cool building that relationship with him in college, and then obviously being the pro, about to go play against him.
What did you think when the Bears talked to him for their coordinator job?
Yeah, obviously I was at that point. I guess I think season was completely done, and we were a couple months into training. So talked to him, and kept in touch with him throughout that time, and he communicated with me that he was going here and to I guess and deal with this the job offer, and so we kept in touch and didn't think much of it because at that time I didn't know I was going to be a Bear for sure, and so just understood it was an option for me, option for him, and happy for both of us.
What interactions did you have with him last season? I mean, what does a senior offensive analyst do with the quarterback of a college football team?
Yeah, I actually don't know. I know there's a bunch of rules in college, so there was certain things he couldn't do, certain things he could do. But talking about football, talking about experiences that he's had as a head coach, offense coordinator, things like that, at the pro level is what I got from him. So many times talking about it, ask him questions, so he can give me great feedback on this next level that I knew that I was probably heading to at that time, and so that was big for me, being able to listen to him, and then obviously build a relationship with him, knowing the QBs he's been around, and similarities in some of the offenses that I've been in or offense that I was in college, and so it was great to have those moments with him, and I think it's helped me for these moments now.
I'm curious what your relationship is with.
His role was more preparing you for the NFL.
Yes, to help prepare me for the NFL. Yes.
I'm curious what your relationship is with Jayden Daniels and what you've seen of him so far, watching him early on in his career.
Yeah, no, it's been pretty cool watching him. His progress from obviously Arizona State to LSU, and then now in the pros, balling out. He's been playing great over there with Kliff and all the guys they have over there. And so like I said, happy for him, and great to see him balling out.
You embrace the storylines though. You're going home. It's 1 against 2 in the draft. Do you get into that, or do you?
No. My job is to go win games on Thursdays, Sundays, and Mondays. So that's it.
You talk about going home. Do you do you think of Washington DC as your hometown, or is there a nearby town that?
Yeah, so I lived in DC and I lived in Maryland for a good portion of my life. So I classify as both. I would say I lived in some important times in my life. I didn't just live them when I was like 1 or 2, and my parents moved. I lived in them at some ages that I built friendships, ties and things and connections too. So I would say I connected both.
What's the town in Maryland?
Bowie, Maryland, and Upper Marlboro, and then I lived 77 8th Street.
And what do you love about those places?
Yeah, I think honestly they're the best places to grow up. You have all different kinds of diversity, whether it's people and where they're from, whether it's the some of the schools and things like that, whether it's the food and so much more. So and then you get a bunch of I think it's very it's a cool area to grow up. You got all the monuments, you got all these different things, historical facts and things like that. So growing up in the area provides a lot of information, provides a lot of growth, and I think it did that for me.
What has felt different? Oh, sorry. Since you guys had those meetings and adjusted stuff offense, what's felt different for you the last 3 weeks?
I think the flow is what I've talked about multiple times. The flow of it is us being the flow, us understanding the flow, and us staying in it. Whether it's from coaches and players and things like that. I think that's been the biggest contributor to myself and us as an offense to be able to get things going. Obviously, we got to be a little bit better at the deep ball and things like that. Myself, and then first quarter we got to come out and be better. We've scored a bunch in second, third, and fourth quarter, but first quarter for sure we got to be better. So really excited about this opportunity and getting ready to go.
How many people do you have? If Jayden Daniels can't play, would you be disappointed at all that you're not getting that head-to-head matchup?
No, I hope he plays. Obviously, you don't wish to see good and great players down, not in games. It only makes the game better. But no, I'm not reliant off of that matchup.
On that note, we've seen quarterbacks drafted 1 and 2 overall, like throughout history, be linked together throughout their careers. A lot of head-to-head matchups. Like, how do you feel knowing that you guys will probably be linked together for a while as you go about this?
Yeah, it feels great. Obviously, he's on the same side, the NFC side, so be seeing him a good amount, I would say, and we'll see from this game and then in the future. I think it's going to be great for us and the battle between us as y'all want to kind of talk about. But my job is to go out there and win the game for Chicago Bears.
There was a question request from behind the curtain of
Let's hear it.
why you didn't go to Maryland.
Yeah, I mean, shout out Maryland on the win. I'm give him his props. That was a tough one, but no, Maryland. I love Loxley, but I think decision for myself. I just liked being around, whether it was Lincoln and all the other coaches and the players that we were recruiting.
Caleb, you said you don't really embrace the storyline, but is it special going back there to play in Washington for the first time?
Yeah, so I've actually I haven't been back. I mean, I've been back. I'd say in the past since I left high school. I haven't been back other than I think 1 or 2 times. So being able to go back and share that experience, it's gonna be great, gonna be fun, and to come out with the win is gonna be most important.
Cass, what's kind of how many fans do you have? How many tickets do you have to buy? People coming in for this game? High school teams.
I used all my tickets, and so from there, gotta figure out. But yeah, I've used all my tickets, and for the people that are coming, and I'm excited for sure. Awesome, the Bears.
You've had some of your best moments against Washington. Do you think about that going into this game?
I knew somebody was going to ask you that last night. I was thinking about it. I was like, Do I say the real answer or do I just like come up with something politically correct? Right.
You can do both.
Do both? All right. So yeah, I think about it. 2:30 don't go out your mind when you playing the team from last year, but it's a new year and they got new people, some new people. So we'll see what happens.
What was it about that game that you felt so good that allowed you to be that good?
I don't know. I can not tell you. Just going out there playing free and just being me. That's what I really think that came down to.
AJ, when you see the way this offense has gotten unlocked the last few weeks, what do you make of it? What do you sense happened to get this group playing the way it has?
Probably just seeing the defense going out there and dominating the opponent on their side and us not holding up on our end. So we had to turn it up a notch, and here we are, and it's finally clicking, and we just got to keep going.
DJ, Caleb talked a lot about the offense being in the flow. What does that mean to you?
In the flow, we be in a rhythm, dialing up the plays and then go out there and executing it, and then really not having negative plays out there. So just staying in the flow of things was called, and then using some of the tempo to marry up everything else.
AJ, what was it like for you personally seeing the narrative spun early in the season that you and Caleb were having issues and body language things, and now all of a sudden the offense is clicking and it seems like that's completely gone and out the window?
I don't know. I still feel like I do the same body language things. Maybe because it's winning, that everybody don't care no more. But I mean, we don't really care. Like I didn't care for losing just as much as he did. So maybe the frustration was there, and it got heightened because we was losing. But it was never no bad beef between us two.
The last couple of games you played have been against teams that don't have a lot of wins. Now the Commanders have 5. Do you see this as a test to, okay, let's see where we are compared to other teams that have playoff aspirations in a way that maybe the last couple didn't?
I mean, yeah, you could see they got 5 wins for a reason. They go out there and play hard, but we do the same thing and we get paid to go get wins in our win column. So that's going to be the test. Who wanted more?
Cole Kmet said that he's sick of noon games.
Yeah.
Obviously 3 o'clock and 7 o'clock are better. You feel the same way? Do you embrace all the hype that goes into games like this week against Washington?
Yeah, because everybody's watching. So you got to go out there and be the stars that you are on the field and go out there and put on a show.
When you talked in London about Caleb being bossy in a good way, how do you describe that part of his personality and what do you make of it?
He had to grow to where he can tell everybody what's going on in the huddle and why we're doing it. On certain things, if he sees something that he doesn't like, or he tell us like, "Hey, make sure it's like this," so we're on the same page. Like he had to grow to that, and now you can see like he bossy, but in a not like mean way, but like in his own way. So take that as you want.
I mean, does it please you? I mean, is that something you respond to?
Doesn't please me, but it's good to see. Good to hear him out there doing that, and that means he's doing growth.
You talked about after the play against the Rams. You talked about we're gonna do it Caleb's way now. Do you feel like that's kind of indicative of how things are being? Now you guys are doing it.
When I was saying Caleb's way, like on that particular, like when we didn't connect on it, because I was thinking one way, but he got a different mindset on things.
Bigger level, him asserting himself more in the offense, him kind of the way a veteran quarterback would insist on. I want the routes done this way. I want this play done this way.
Yeah, he ain't get that far yet, but yeah. But he will tell you, and it's always conversation between all of us on certain things, how you see it and how we see it. So just him, Shane, and then it's trickle down to everybody that's either a pass catcher or a runner, and you just go it that way.
Does he show you, physically show you too? I know Peyton Manning used to go physically run the route and tell his receivers, "This is what I'm looking for." Does he do that?
He tried to, but he's not like, slow your roll, my boy. But he'll show us on the iPad during practice or something, or try to draw it on his hand. But we understand where it's coming from.
How has he earned that trust?
Going out there and just doing his job, not turning over the ball, really dialing into the playbook or for the week, and just leading us the right way.
Yeah, he had go ahead.
I remember us talking to you at the end of last year, and us all hitting you up with questions about potentially there being a rookie quarterback here this year, and you basically said that no matter who it is, there's gonna be growing pains that all of you guys are gonna have to deal with. Are you surprised with the progress that this rookie quarterback has made this relatively fast?
Am I surprised? I don't know. I don't know. We just playing football. I mean, his his struggles came Houston and Indy, as you've seen, we all seen, and he's bounced back and been on a roll since. So I think hopefully he got that out the way. We just go stay on this road.
He threw 2 picks in each of those games, and he hasn't thrown one since. Is that a function of him being more disciplined, of the offense just being better? What do you credit that toward?
Him growing, and then everybody else around him just being on the details and being where we need to be, so that that doesn't happen.
No, it would have been like your last year at Maryland, but was there any overlap? Like, did you know of who he was when he was in high school, when you were kind of in the same area?
Nah, I wasn't really like I don't really pay attention to football outside of us. Honestly, even back then, I didn't know who Caleb was, but I heard his name ringing around. But that was about it.
Were you a fan? Okay.
Last time I talked with you, you talked about, we talked about the trust that you were hoping Caleb saw you when they put the linebacker over you, and you were hoping that it got to you. Do you feel like that trust is not even a thought anymore, that you just expect that from Caleb now 7 weeks into the season, that he's kind of gotten to that level of, you and him have gotten on that level together?
I want to say so, but we still got to build more to do different things that we want to do in offense. So it's always growing. You got to take them out to dinner and stuff. Got to wine and dine them. So yeah.
Did you do anything fun over the bye?
Did I do anything fun? No, I was home.
DJ, when you guys came out of Indy and there was a week full of trying to find answers for the offense and conversations being had, what do you think was accomplished in that stretch that has allowed you guys then to be productive since then?
Probably walkthroughs and practice. Like walkthroughs done got real detailed. If you ain't out there doing the right thing, it will be seen, and we're gonna redo it, and that's what really has been the difference right now.
Who took charge of that, of making sure that those were more detailed?
The whole offense, starting with the top down leadership, Shane, our coaches, and then it just trickled down to everybody else.
Is there any part of you that going into this Washington game, you go, I can top 230 and 3 times?
Oh no, it's nothing. It's nothing that's saying that right now. But I'll tell you later on in the week if it do.
Thanks, TJ.